that everybody's doing. So just kind of from the beginning, kind of like, when did that come? Where was your inspiration drawn from? And just kind of talk us through that.
So actually, the rapping aspect is kind of new, to be honest. I started off as a producer. I started making beats in like 2011. I just downloaded a cracked version of FL Studio, and kind of just went from there. I made something that like, so I downloaded FL Studio before, but like I just like deleted it because I like it sounded like trash. And so when I downloaded again a few years later, I was messing around, I actually made something that like sounded kind of good. I was like, oh snap, maybe I can do this. And it's funny, if I go back and listen to that now, it's absolute trash. All the stuff I made like in that era was bad, but like I just started kind of keep going with the beats, and I did the beats for like maybe 7 or 8 years before I actually started rapping. So I just started doing it maybe like a couple years ago. So, but I always had it in the back of my head that I wanted to do it. I just didn't know what I wanted to say or like how I was going to say it. So,
Gotcha.
That's important too, because like I write. Well, I don't write anymore. I used to write, and I remember my friend Derek. I used to used to write lyrics for his band, and it was super easy for me to convey whatever it was that they would want me to say. But when I would think about trying to like write my own song or something, be like, I have no idea what I want to say for myself. So I just understand that for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm a retired rapper. So my co-host here constantly tries to downplay my ability to spit hot fire and hard, raw bars. But there was a time in my life when I used to get the crowd rocking. Sometimes it was in a church, sometimes it was in a park. But I knew that my time had run its course, so I got out of the game on a high. So with that kind of being said, I know you. This is crazy. It's so funny. Remember how supportive she said she was? You see how
yeah, I don't think she believes you.
So you said you kind of started. What made you kind of, if you don't mind, like what led you to even download the initial? You said the crack version of the software.
FL Studio.
Yeah, what kind of brought you there? Was it a concert? Have you always liked music growing up? Kind of, how'd you get to that point?
So yeah, I was always a music fan, and as Robin knows, I played trumpet in high school. I started in 6th grade. I did all the way up through 12th grade. Did marching band and all that. But after I got to college, I kind of just stopped with the music. And then after I graduated college, I picked up guitar lessons. I did that for a bit, but then I had to start working, and so I had to kind of put the guitar lessons to the side. But around the time I started working, you guys know like Tyler the Creator, Odd Future.
Yeah.
That's when they were like first starting to blow up. And he's not that much younger than me now. Like I'm 34, he's 30. But at the time I was like 22 and he was like 18. And so for me to like see this 18-year-old like leading this movement and just like coming out of nowhere and just doing all his own production, like all his own rapping, like that kind of inspired me to like feel like I can actually do this. So that was the kind of the impetus behind me like downloading FL Studio and just kind of starting to go off of it. Because like he wasn't the first like rapper that like I like was really like crazy about like that. It was Kanye, but Kanye is kind of like on another, like it wasn't as accessible when Kanye first came up.
Yeah.
So when Tyler came up, like it was more like software, easy to download and like get up all that stuff. So yeah, it was really Tyler that got me into it.